The stage is set for Wofford and Georgia Southern. It's a key Southern Conference battle today from Hanner Fieldhouse in Statesboro, Georgia. The Terriers of Wofford at 9-8 take on the home-standing Georgia Southern Eagles with a record of 8-7. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Hogwood. We welcome you to Statesboro. Now we've got the best offense in Georgia Southern, the best defense in Wofford. Alongside is Bobby Crimmins. Bobby, for Georgia Southern, they need to get going. They need to do it at home.
Well, it's another big Southern Conference home game. And if you're going to turn things around, home is where you do it. And Georgia Southern plays really tough here.
How about Wofford? They've lost 4 buzzer-beating games in the Southern Conference.
They got to overcome some adversity, but they've been a great surprise in the Southern Conference. Their guards are playing great basketball. Another big game for Wofford.
And Wofford's got a point guard who likes to play every single minute.
Mikey is yet to sit 1 second in a Southern Conference game. This guy is a great penetrator. He's a key player for Wofford today.
Mike Lindsay is on fire and has been. Now for Georgia Southern, how about this guy, Sean Peterson? He's got to have a big offensive performance.
Well, the assistant coaches say that this guy is the most explosive point guard in the Southern Conference. He's a great leader and an outstanding player. We got great guard matchups for you today.
All right, 2 of the best point guards in the conference set to go head-to-head. We think it's going to be a great game. Starting lineups and tip-off coming up next.
Tough. The Rhino is built to take grueling off-road abuse, and so can Rhino Lining's Tough Stuff truck bed liners. If you work your truck hard, then you need a Rhino Lining sprayed-on polyurethane lining to protect your truck bed. Rhino Linings is the world's leading sprayed-on liner company. Their Tough Stuff liner, sprayed on up to a 1/4 inch thick, is virtually indestructible polyurethane. And unlike plastic liners, which don't stop truck bed rust, a Rhino Lining protects your investment permanently. A Rhino Lining only takes a few hours to apply, and it's warranted by your dealer for as long as you own your truck. So if you want to protect your truck's value, get a Rhino Liner. Call or log on right now. We'll send you a free brochure, a sample of Tough Stuff, and give you the name of the Rhino Lining's dealer nearest you. Call now.
Sweet, sweet baby, life is crazy, but there's one thing I am sure about, and I'm your lady, always, baby.
Discover a sensation as real as the streets. Mountain Dew Code Red.
Welcome back to Hanner Fieldhouse in Statesboro, Georgia. Mike Hogwood and Bobby Crimmins getting ready for Southern Conference basketball. The Wofford Terriers 3-2 in the league, and they really feel they could be 5-0 after all those buzzer beaters. Here's their starting lineup for Wofford. They run 3 guards. Mike Lindsay, Justin Stevens, we'll hear a lot from him, Lee Nixon. And up front, the forward is Grant Sturley. Kenny Hasty, a walk-on, is the senior, and what a story, what a career he's had. And there's Richard Johnson in his 17th and final season at Wofford. He's moving to the athletic director job. As a matter of fact, he's already taken it. And Mike Young will take over next season as the Wofford coach. Georgia Southern, a record of 2-3 in the Southern Conference. Sean Peterson is the man at guard, along with Julius Jenkins. Up front, it will be Edward Keith moving into the starting lineup today. We'll explain that in a moment. Frank Bennett and Cordell Gibson, 3 forwards. And there's the coach, Jeff Price, now in his 3rd year with a record of 39-34. Former Division II National Coach of the Year when he was at Lynn University in Boca Raton, Florida. And some of the crazy fans who are here at Georgia Southern today. And Bobby Crimmins, this, as we talked about in the open, an important game for both teams. Georgia Southern with 3 losses in the league, Wofford with 2, and they really feel Wofford, a team that's just shocked everybody with how well they played.
No question about it, Mike. You know, we talk so much about the Southern Conference. We've done a lot of games, and everybody says there's 7 or 8 teams that can win the championship. These are 2 teams that can win the championship, and that's why this is such a key game today.
And you get a look at our officials, Jimmy Owens, Billy Dunlap, and Jeff Hartness.
Jimmy Owens is last year officiating here in the Southern Conference. His brother, Chandler Owens, who passed away, refereed when I was a coach.
Well, the starting lineups have been introduced to the crowds here, and these 2 teams are ready to get it on here in Hanner Fieldhouse. A really unique place to play, a building with character, I like to call it.
It's a tough place, and you know, as you said in the pregame show, you got a team that's #1 in scoring, and you got another team that's #1 in field goal defense. So obviously, Wofford's really going to try and milk the clock. They're famous, Mike, for their motion offense.
And Richard Johnson really tries to do some different things defensively for Wofford that's hard to practice against and get ready for in a quick period of time. Here is the series history. They've played 19 times. It's been pretty even, as you see. In the last meeting, Georgia Southern won 65-60 in Spartanburg. And in that game, Kashin Latham had 19 points and 17 rebounds. He is not in the starting lineup. Latham, the senior, was late for shooting practice today. So a streak of 75 starts for Kashin Latham ends now. And number 34, Edward Keith, will take his place in the starting lineup.
Well, that tells you that Coach Price has discipline in the program. That's a tough thing for a young man. 75 starts, Mike, and he has to sit today. But I like it, and I bet you he comes in pretty soon because, as we know, the inside favors Georgia Southern.
Wofford controlling the opening tip. It's Lee Nixon on the wing. Stevens out front. And number 5, Mike Lindsay.
A lot of motion. Georgia Southern practice yesterday really worked hard against this incredible motion that Wofford runs.
Pretty tight man-to-man. Nixon drives. Down with it is Georgia Southern. Here's Peterson. Sean Peterson, their leading scorer. Gibson for 3. Cornell Gibson, the sophomore from Tallahassee, opens the scoring.
You know what? They're #1 in scoring. That took about 3 seconds.
Turnover. Here comes Georgia Southern running. Jenkins. Julius Jenkins, the junior from Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Little guy got up, Mike. Great start for the home team, Georgia Southern.
Eagles out to the early 5-point lead. In the lane, Lindsay. Doesn't go, and Lindsay called for the offensive foul. First foul on Mike Lindsay, the junior from Jonesboro, Georgia.
Georgia Southern's fired up. We talked about the next 5 games for Georgia Southern. 4 of them at home, Mike. They want to get it going now.
Well, Jeff Price talked about how important this stretch was. His team has just not been in great sync. They were picked to win that South Division of the Southern Conference. Inside it goes to Jenkins. You saw him get up a moment. Nice entry pass to Bennett. Frank Bennett.
This is exactly what you want to do against a motion team. Get an early lead. Make them play a little bit different.
And it's what you don't want to do on the road is get down big early. Sterling outside.
Beautiful. Beautiful form.
Grant Sterling, the junior from Indianapolis. And Wofford is on the board.
Georgia Southern, very athletic.
This is Bennett on the wing. The 3 drained by Sean Peterson.
Too easy there. Oh, we got turnover.
It's Peterson who can do it at both ends. There's not anything he can't do. Jenkins for 3. You talk to Jeff Price, and he feels that Peterson is the best point guard in the Southern Conference.
Very explosive.
Wofford trying to get something going on the offensive end. This is Lindsay. And Keith, who gets the start for Latham today, comes down with that board.
Well, early tempo definitely favors Georgia Southern. They want an up-tempo game. Nice double team.
And it forced the bad pass and turnover, and the ball will belong to Wofford. The Terriers down 8 early.
We see that so often in college basketball. Double team in the low post and causing a turnover.
Lindsay against Peterson. 2 great players going head-to-head today.
We have some great guard play in this contest today.
Almost a steal, but Nixon recovers. I want to tell you, Julius Jenkins, number 11 for Georgia Southern, really quick.
Yes.
Inside is Sterling. Hasty with the follow. Nixon deflects that pass out of bounds. It will belong to Georgia Southern, and up off the Wofford bench, that's Sam Daniels, number 32, a 6'9" freshman from Asheville, North Carolina.
He's got to go to the bench with Latham being late for a shooting practice and not starting. He's going to go to the bench, but I tell you, Georgia Southern is fired up for this one. Let's see if they can maintain it.
Inside that, Keith. Bennett recovers. Nice battling inside by Bennett, and look at the quick hands of Georgia Southern. Here's Gibson. Nice pass to Keith. He's fouled.
Beautiful play.
Really impressed, Bobby, with the quick hands of Georgia Southern on defense.
Well, it looks like to me that Coach Price got these guys ready to play. Here you see a great pass. They're just really playing what I call exciting basketball right now. Everything is going their way. They love the up-tempo. They got a good lead. And the key will be, you know, can they go for the kill this early? Still plenty of time. I expect Wofford to get hot shooting and get back in this, but
great story here with Edward Keith on the free throw line. Keith, a senior from Albany, Georgia, twisted his knee on Thursday, but because Latham was late to that shooting practice, got the start. He is known as a hard-nosed, scrappy player. Has already got a couple of rebounds and just hit 2 free throws for the worst free throw shooting team in the Southern Conference, Georgia Southern. Well, they're 2 for 2 now and have a 10-point lead.
That has been a real nemesis for them, Mike, in close games.
Inside, Stevens, he's fouled. Justin Stevens will go to the line.
Justin Stevens, Mike, came out of prep school, St. Thomas More. I went up there recruiting a few times with a little point guard by the name of Eddie Coda that played at St. Thomas More.
Absolutely. And that foul was on Edward Keith of Georgia Southern, his first. Well, we had 2 teams. The free throw shooting percentage is not very good, and we're 3 for 3 from the line so far in the game. So we're off to a good start there.
Coach Johnson told me Stevens is one of his best finds ever.
Out of Noonan, Georgia, East Coweta High School. Whoa. The 3 ball for Georgia Southern goes. Cordell Gibson, his second. He's got 6 points. And look at Gibson on the other end play defense. I know as a coach, you love to see that. Guy hits a 3 and then just turns it up on the other end.
Well, we just talked about the intensity, and right now, I love the intensity of Georgia Southern. They're just getting after it. And Wofford's got to regroup. They're going to be patient. They're not going to try and get back in this game with just 1 shot.
Hasty down with the board. Inside Stevens, nice drive to the bucket for Justin Stevens, and he's got 4 points to lead Wofford.
What an athletic move. Now I know why Coach Johnson really likes him. Gibson just fired up, Mike.
He's been hot. Wofford down with it, and it's Stevens at the other end. Woo! Justin Stevens now with 6.
I wish I could have done that when I played.
Give some credit to Adrian Borders, who just came in the game, the freshman from Lilburn, Georgia. Got that ball and made that pass.
There are some athletes on this court.
One of them with the basketball, Frank Bennett. Cordell Gibson, number 20, has been hot for Georgia Southern. Nice pass to Peterson. Give credit to Julius Jenkins on a great feed to Sean Peterson.
Well, Jenkins and Peterson, they're what I call a great combination of guards. They know each other. They play so well together.
Boy, Keith, is making the most of his opportunity to start. It's been all Georgia Southern early. The homestanding Eagles on top of Wofford 17-8.
Sure, the holidays are over, but it's not too late to open one of these. The compact Presario 1700T notebook. It's got hot swappable drives and the incredibly fast mobile Intel Pentium 3 processor M for just $13.49. Plus, we'll give you a carrying case and an extra battery free. So give yourself one last holiday present to open before this deal closes. Call 1-888-271-1826 to get yours now.
It's the spring special sale at Ferguson Chevrolet Buick Pontiac. You can take home a great vehicle and make no payments until the spring. With the great selection of cars on our lot, you win no matter what. The vehicle you want is here waiting for you. Is it a Chevy truck, van, or SUV? Maybe a Buick luxury car or a sporty Pontiac. You're driving home in a great car and getting a great deal with no payments until this spring. Special deals just in time for spring. It's the spring special sale, only at Ferguson Chevrolet Buick Pontiac.
If you've been seriously injured in an automobile accident, don't be fooled by an insurance adjuster who tells you not to get a lawyer.
This chart was taken directly from the training manual for one of the largest insurance companies in the Carolinas. As you can see, the chart itself says that soft tissue injury claims with lawyers settle for 2 to 3 times more than claims without lawyers.
We can't promise you'll always do better with an attorney, but the insurance companies sure think so. That's why they don't want you to get an attorney.
Call today. You're watching Fox Sports Net.
If I hadn't been getting out before, I'd had to get out now. I tell you, Mike, it's been fun. I mean, to have this my last year coaching and to go out this way with every game going down the wire, it's really been fun, really been exciting, but it's been nerve-wracking.
Richard Johnson talking about 4 or 5 Southern Conference games that have come down to literally the last second. They are 3-2 overall.
We had a turnover, Mike, 5-second. Could not inbound the basketball.
And that's the 5th turnover of the half for Wofford. Georgia Southern has scored 6 points off of turnovers.
You know, getting back to Richard Johnson, 17 years. I coached against him. Outstanding coach, protege of Les Robinson when they were together at the Citadel. His forte is motion offense.
Marcus Byams, number 52, now in the lineup for Georgia Southern down in the post. That's Marcus with the basketball. Shoots over Daniels. He's fouled.
This is what I expected to see more of. Georgia Southern trying to hurt Wofford inside.
Foul's going to be called on Lee Nixon, his first. And Byams has not had a lot of playing time. But we have not seen yet Kashim Latham, who's a double-figure scorer and over 9 rebounds, leading rebounder in the Southern Conference.
Well, we might not see him for a while with this lead and this intensity, but I got a feeling when he comes in the game, he's going to be ready to play.
So Byams making the most of his opportunity, the 6'6" sophomore from Tucker, Georgia. There's Richard Johnson out of Dunwoody High School.
Georgia Southern, here's a trap. Most of their players come from Florida, and that's because Jeff Price coached at Lynn University and Georgia.
He was a great coach at Lynn. This is Sam Daniels inside. And Daniels, the freshman from Asheville, called for the personal foul. His first. There, a good look at Marcus Byams.
Well, the objective of the press, Mike, is to get the turnover, and that's exactly what Georgia Southern got.
Peterson with the basketball. Can do it all. Assist, rebounds, nice steal by Wofford's Kenny Hasty. Daniels for 3, it's short. Look at Borders get that rebound.
Wofford lights at 3. Here you see Lindsey. I like to see Lindsey get going. He has a great reputation.
And Jenkins will be called with the foul. Julius Jenkins, the junior from Deerfield Beach, Florida. Scored more points as a freshman than any freshman in Georgia Southern history.
Wow. Lindsey's cool. Here you see him with the ball. Really a cool player, but very explosive.
Nice pass inside to Hasty. Hasty up and scores the bucket. He's fouled and gives us a chance to talk just a moment about Kenny Hasty. What a story this guy is. He's a walk-on, only senior in the regular rotation. He went to Duke and did not play basketball for a year.
He's one of those Cameron crazies. I'm familiar with those guys. Well, you're right. What a story. This guy was just hanging around Duke, watching basketball. Got a little fired up.
Wanted to play, called Richard Johnson. Richard said, come on, we'll give you a shot. He walked on, and last year led the set a school record for blocked shots for the team.
We should call Sports Illustrated, get him come in here and do a story on him.
So the former Cameron Crazy is now playing center for Wofford. Nice pass inside to Peterson, didn't finish. Terry Williams in the game for Georgia Southern makes the pass. Here's Lindsey. Boy, good hustle on defense by Marcus Byams. Here's Hasty. We were just talking about him, and he nails it. He's got 4.
Give the nice assist to Lindsey. Double team Lindsey, and he didn't force it. He gave it up. Wofford's, they're crawling back into this game and starting to even things out here.
One of the reasons the 6'8" senior from Columbia, former walk-on, Kenny Hasty, former Cameron Crazy. Here's Jenkins for 3.
Good shot.
It's Lindsey down with it for Wofford. Boy, Lindsey, some rebounding guard, averages 6.8 rebounds per game as a point guard.
Can you believe that? I mean, that's incredible. That's got to be maybe the best in the country. I like him. Look at him. He's left-handed, using the right hand. Nice pass.
It's good, and he'll go to the line. Justin Stevens, as the Wofford offense is starting to get a little more rhythm.
Well, things have settled down now. What a nice pass. Great finish. Things are settling down now for Wofford, and they're getting back in this basketball game. It looks like we're going to have another good one in the Southern Conference.
Well, it really did, as Georgia Southern broke out to a double-digit lead. And as you see, Jeff Price not happy at all, as Wofford has crawled back into it. Price really wants his team to win big here at home. Well, a little bit later today, we've got NBDL action, Mobile and Huntsville. And look at this lineup, would you? Ole Miss and Arkansas at 6. And then a Sun Belt game tonight at 8 o'clock, New Orleans and Arkansas State. So a big lineup of hoops. Glad you're with us here on Fox Sports Net. This the first of 4 basketball games. Now make yourself comfortable. It's going to be a busy day of hoops here. Here's Stevens, who's got 8 points.
We're going to see a lot of scoring from the guards here today.
Wofford's on a 6-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 11 seconds. One reason that Jeff Price took that timeout. Here's Williams, who just came into the game, number 12. Peterson. Pass is deflected, but Gibson's got it. Williams, shot clock under 10.
Great defense. Got the numbers.
It's Nixon, he got it.
2-on-1, beautiful.
Lee Nixon's first bucket, the junior from Hanahan, South Carolina. Gibson the other way, and look at the Wofford defense.
Get back in him, Mike.
A 3 would tie it. And Stevens a little unsure on that move. The turnover, but despite that, the Wofford Terriers have climbed back in this basketball game. They trail Georgia Southern by 3.
Is Mountain Dew in serious jeopardy? This generally harmless male will defend his domain with basic animal instinct. A fierce battle rages. Yet, in the end, to the victor go the spoils.
Hey, man, how you feeling?
Not bad.
Until next time, do the do.
Buster Douglas Grill Daddy Demo, aisle 5.
See, what happens is the fat drips off the meat into the pan, so the meat is very lean, very lean.
But there's no place for the fat to go.
Say what?
Well, how could it stay lean if there's no place for the fat to go?
calling me a liar?
No, no, no. No, it's just that your poker.
How do I get in there?
You can't get in here.
Oh, no, sure you can. Come here.
Comedy, commentary, highlights. The best damn sports show, period.
You got to pee sometime.
ACC basketball. A dangerous foe awaits a top 5 power. Clemson is riding high as one of the conference's biggest surprises. Juan Dixon has Maryland's unstoppable attack, driving towards another run to the Final Four. ACC Sunday Night Hoops tomorrow on Fox Sports Net.
We've been up and down for the most part, and you know, it's time that we turn this thing up. You know, we've just started in the Conference League, and it's early yet, and I tell our guys we have plenty of time, but being a team that's picked to win the South Division of the conference, we've got to get going here in a hurry.
They do have to get going early, and there is still plenty of time, but little lapse on the part of Georgia Southern, and Wofford has just gone on an 8-0 run, shooting 4 for 4 during that stretch.
They love to shoot the threes, but I really like the early intensity of Georgia Southern.
Frank Bennett inside. Boy, nice strong move by Frank Bennett, the sophomore from Pompano Beach, Florida.
Got the roll. Here's Lindsay. I'm going to call him Mr. Cool.
Stevens, he's been the offensive gun. The second three attempt by Daniels, he's 0 for 2.
This is what Georgia Southern likes. There's the open shot.
And Wofford down with the board now. Here's Nixon. He'll take a three and hit it.
Wow.
Lee Nixon's got 5.
Who likes the up-tempo? Did I say Georgia Southern?
You said Georgia Southern. Wofford's answered back. Williams.
Wow.
Terry Williams, just a freshman, out of Gainesville, Florida.
It's hot outside and it's hot inside. What a beautiful day here in Statesboro.
Yeah, we could have played this on a golf course somewhere. Lindsay, nice move to the hole, and good defense on the part of Georgia Southern as both teams sending some substitutes into the game. Grant Sterling has returned for Wofford.
See, normally you could force a left-hander to the left side, but Lindsay goes either way, as we just saw, Mike. I love the way he utilizes his right hand. You can't just force him one way.
Good move by Nixon, but he's way short with his shot. Peterson outside. He's not found his range yet.
No, not yet, but that's his shot.
Here's Nixon again, and Georgia Southern's defense is there. On the fast break, Bennett.
Great finish.
Frank Bennett has 6.
That's what Georgia Southern wants to do. They love to get the fast break going.
You're seeing flashes of why Georgia Southern was picked to win that South Division.
Yes, and don't forget they had a key injury. They had 5 starters back.
Plus Kenny Falk, who got hurt in the first game.
Exactly, and yeah, this is what you call a perfect, what a great catch. One step, no dribble, and dunk. But they had all 5 starters back, and that's why they were picked number 1. Then they had that tough injury.
Lindsay. And Edvin Masic just in the game from Bosnia.
Nice rebound.
Look at Lindsay's quickness going to the hole. Bennett with the board. Here come the Eagles. Williams for 3. Stevens the other way, and look at Williams' quickness get down there, but I think Terry Williams is going to be called for the personal foul. It'll be his first.
You know, the intensity. Here you see the 3. Mike, you know why so many mid-division ones beat top schools? Because of that right there, the 3-point shot. Schools like Georgia Southern and Wofford, they utilize this to perfection. And, you know, I used to coach against these guys, and they would come into Atlanta, and they get hot like that, and anything can happen.
tell you what, Stevens has been hot for Wofford in this game.
It's amazing what the three-point shot has done to college basketball.
Justin Stevens now with 10 first-half points.
Wofford in a little press. They're not known as a press team.
Justin Jenkins for three. Oh, my. Julius Jenkins nails the three. He's got 5 points.
Might need a Wofford timeout here shortly. You know, last year, here's a great move by Latham. Great pass.
Inside to Mosic. Shot is blocked by Latham, who has just come in the game. And you're seeing Kashid really play.
Wow. Oh.
It's three again.
Timeout. Gotta have a timeout.
Julius Jenkins nailed it. Georgia Southern is on fire. It's their largest lead of the game now at 14. You talk about the three making a difference. This was a close game. It was a three-point game, then a two-point game just moments ago. But the three has been the difference.
Well, this is Jenkins is like a Will Solomon, a great shooter, great scorer at Clemson. This guy loves to score, and if he's open, he's going to shoot it.
Already over 1,000 points in his career. He's a junior. Julius Jenkins averaging 14.7 points per game. Only a 31% three-point shooter on the season, but he has been hot today. And he's got 8 first-half points as Georgia Southern now on a 14-2 run over the last 2 minutes and 14 seconds. And Bobby, Georgia Southern, a 31% three-point shooting team, is 7 for 10.
That's great. That's what you want to see. I think it comes back to Georgia Southern being picked #1, and I think basically Coach Price feels like his team is not living up to the expectations, and I think he had a real heart-to-heart talk with them, and they have responded.
Boy, Lindsey has been getting down in the lane, but Georgia Southern's defense has had an answer. Bad pass there. Will give it back to Wofford. It is a huge run by Georgia Southern, 14-2, and it's put the Eagles on top of the Terriers, 35-21 here in the first half.
Wow, that was fast. Sweetie, your ride's here.
When the Edmonds upgraded to Bell South Fast Access DSL, they knew life would change.
Yeah, I'm online.
The lightning speed lets them take everything they do to the next level.
Bye, honey. Good luck at the science fair.
So Mom is finally creating a digital photo album.
I can't believe you let me go like that. My hair looks ridiculous. Hold on a second. How's it going, hon?
While Dad transforms the house, room by room.
Oh.
Now they all have a high-speed internet connection that helps them do better.
Can I get in here real quick?
Hold on a second.
No, talk.
It doesn't tie up their phone line, and it costs just $45 a month.
That's what I thought.
Genius.
They even got a free month for ordering.
How smart am I for getting DSL?
Oh yeah, Mike is also doing a little better in school.
A little help here, please?
Visit fastaccess.com and order Bell South Fast Access DSL for your family. Connect and create something. Bell South.
Sweet, sweet baby, life is crazy, but there's one thing I am sure about, and I'm your lady, always, baby.
Discover a sensation as real as the streets. Mountain Dew Code Red.
We're watching the highest powered offense in the Southern Conference today. Georgia Southern, they've scored over 100 twice this season, Bobby.
They love to put points on the board. And you got to give Coach Price, he loves the up-tempo. And I just can't say enough about the incredible start.
Just Grant Sterling into the forecourt. Bennett knocked it loose, and Bennett's going to be called for the foul as first. I like the way they play aggressive on defense, too.
They really do. And, you know, they're doing this, and now Latham's in the game. They have done this all without Latham. That's what we call coming from behind on the press, Mike. That was, that's one of the key ingredients. You know, that ball handler thinks he sees the basket, but he doesn't realize guys are coming right behind him.
Here's Lindsey. He's yet to get on track. And it's Bennett down with the board. Williams has played well.
You got to be kidding me.
Maybe a little ill-advised on that one.
Is that called having a green light?
I saw somebody get up off the Georgia Southern bench in a hurry. Let's see if that's the... Lindsey, nice follow inside, and he is some offensive rebounder. That is the first point of the game for Mike Lindsey.
Can you believe a guy like that gets those rebounds?
Here's Latham inside. It's good. He'll go to the line. Kashin Latham, the senior from Hinesville, Georgia, did not start today because he was late for practice this morning. But he's picking it up now.
Well, yesterday in practice, they worked on going inside. They want to hurt Wofford inside. They know Wofford has great guards, but if Georgia Southern has any advantage, it's inside. And with this guy right here, number 25, Latham, they're going to keep trying to do that. You saw Williams after that quick three, Mike. He hit the bench quickly.
Oh, I saw somebody pop right up. Look at Jenkins go for the steal. He's got it. Julius Jenkins and the bucket. What a play by Julius Jenkins. He's got 10 points.
We might have about 43s today before this game's over.
I think that was officially a 2, but it was a great defensive and then an offensive gutsy shot from the baseline for Julius Jenkins. This is Stevens, number 3 for Wofford. Daniels hasn't been shy outside. Stevens at the foul line. He's fouled. Foul is going to be on Willie Puckett, who just came in the game, the junior from Griffin, Georgia.
Excellent offensive maneuver there. You know, one rule on offense, anytime the defense leaves their feet, just jump right into them and draw the foul.
One of the stories and one of the reasons that Wofford is down 16 points is that Mike Lindsey, the team's leading scorer, is yet to get on track, only has 2 points. Justin Stevens, as you see, has picked up a lot of that scoring slack as he just picks up his 11th point.
Well, what I like about Lindsey, and that's why I call him Mr. Cool, although he only has 2 points, he's not going to panic. I believe Lindsey's going to get his points, but he's going to stay within himself. And I love players like that.
So Wofford has made just 2 of their last 10 field goal attempts. They get 2 from the free throw line. Full within 14. Good defensive effort.
Georgia Southern did not handle that well with their guard, with Peterson and Jenkins. I don't expect anybody to press Georgia Southern, but Wofford almost got a turnover.
There's Jenkins, who is lightning fast.
Yes, he should blow right by any kind of traffic.
Here's Puckett. Puckett has it knocked away by guess who? Lindsey.
Got the numbers.
Nixon to Borders.
Beautiful. Beautiful play. Wofford's not going to quit.
First bucket of the game for Adrian Borders, the freshman from Lilburn, Georgia.
There's a double team on Latham. They get another turnover and they got another break.
And it's Borders again. How about Puckett with the block? Keith down on the other end. Edward Keith, who got the start today.
What a turnaround, Mike. I thought there was 2 points for Wofford, which would cut into Georgia Southern's lead. An incredible block and a great fast break.
Lindsey, nice feed inside to Mosic.
These guys could have played for me at Georgia Tech. Forget the Southern Conference. There's some great guards playing this afternoon.
This is Peterson. Arching shot won't go, and a strong rebound by Sam Daniels of the Terriers.
Daniels, really great potential.
There's Puckett with the board.
Coach Johnson's really high on him. Only a freshman.
Out of Carolina Day in Asheville, North Carolina. Here's Latham working against Mosic. Double team now.
Good kick out.
Keith. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. And Jenkins.
That was a set play for Jenkins. That's his forte. They were looking for a 3 there.
Wofford trying to get on track shooting the basketball. As you see there, their shots just are not going.
But they don't hesitate. They play basketball. Both these teams like to get up and down the court, and they will not hesitate to shoot. Oh!
Oh, is that a move? Sean Peterson.
He left everybody standing.
Wofford trying to find an answer, but Sean Peterson, that was some move. And again, the shots just aren't going for Wofford. Their shooting percentage now gone under 38. Georgia Southern shooting over 60%. They're red hot, and they have a big lead over Wofford.
He got next.
Discover a sensation as real as the streets. Mountain Dew Code Red.
Sooner or later, everyone realizes that using drugs is a bad choice. But some people have to learn the hard way, like me. Do yourself a favor. If you haven't tried drugs, then don't start. But if you have, then do whatever it takes to stop. I know what addiction feels like. It's been 12 years, but I'll never forget how many people I hurt. The sooner you realize how much damage drugs can do, the better off you're going to be. So get some help. You deserve it.
Man, I can't stand the Knicks, yo. Knickerbocker, please. I would have no problem getting up for the big games in the Big Apple. Hells no. They say it's hard to play in New York. Well, with the media scrutiny and whatnot. I feel you, dog. Step off. To the curb, baby. As I unleash the fury with some fly Sharif Abdul-Rahim razzle my damn. Yo, Spree, you want some popcorn? Cause this gonna be the best damn movie you ever seen. Extra large tub of salted, artificial butter. Word to your mother.
Well, they say he's one of the best point guards in the country, and Sean Peterson shows you why.
That was an awesome move. And how about Lindsey down on the other end? Only 2 points.
Mr. Cool, what a pass.
And making some assists. He's got 66 assists on the season coming in. Leads his team. Leads his team in a lot of categories. There's Peterson, who does the same for his Eagles.
We got some great plays going on here early on.
We really do. This game has been played at a pretty high level.
All right, change of defense. This is what Wofford is known for. Their match defense. Let's see if they can get back into the game. Guess what?
Forced a bad pass.
Well, they go to this, and the purpose of the match defense is to try and confuse the offense, and it worked to perfection just then.
Full court pressure by Georgia Southern.
Nice catch.
Sterling's double teamed.
Get that ball to the point guard. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Bennett with the steal from Daniels. Daniels fouls. It's an intentional foul.
Absolutely. Good call. I know Coach Johnson's upset.
Bobby, I don't think he heard you and said get rid of the ball. You knew that was coming.
Well, you got to get the ball to the point guard. That's a great call. I know Richard's upset. See, he's upset, but if he was sitting here with both of us, I think he would concur with that call. He had a bad angle on that call. It was definitely an intentional foul. Excellent call by the official.
Frank Bennett has now got 9 points in the first half. 10. He's hit his average here in the first half. Georgia Southern has just been shooting lights out. And from the free throw line, this is a team that is now 6 of 8 from the foul line. Or rather 6 of 7 for Georgia Southern, 6 of 8 for Wofford. And they're the 2 worst shooting teams in the Southern Conference. That turnover will give the basketball back to Wofford. Jeff Price, who caught it, didn't like it at all.
Well, one thing all coaches dislike heavily is turnovers. But the last turnover by Wofford, the ball was in the wrong person's hands. You got to get the ball in that guy's hands. Number 5, Lindsey. Now watch what's going to happen. He'll bring the ball up very comfortably. Good job. Now you got to get rid of it. 5 seconds.
You called it, and that is the call. And good defense by Sean Peterson of Georgia Southern.
Yes, and other players for Wofford, they got to get open. Once the ball comes over half court, then the 5 second comes into play.
Look at the points off of turnovers.
Yes, that's what Georgia Southern wants. Here, Wofford's going to stay in this match zone, and let's see how Georgia Southern will attack it.
Peterson down low to Bennett. He's fouled.
Good job.
So Frank Bennett will go back to the free throw line. That foul on Grant Sterling, his first.
Beautiful play here. You know, that we talked about the match, and that they got it inside there. Really nice pass. I tell you, if I was still at Georgia Tech, I don't know if I scheduled Georgia Southern. Especially down here. You wouldn't see no bus from Atlanta coming down here, Mike.
Well, Bennett's first miss from the free throw line. He's 3 for 4. He's just a 54% free throw shooter on the season. So Lindsay will try to get his Terriers going. They trail by 17.
Beautiful pass. Good job. Good offense.
And Sam Daniels, number 32, is fouled. Foul was on Marcus Byams of Georgia Southern, his first.
We talked about the play there, going inside, and that was just what I call excellent offensive execution. We talked about Daniels, only a freshman, and Coach Johnson told me that he feels that this guy right here could become one of the best big men ever to play basketball at Wofford. So keep an eye on him in the future. Nice free throws.
And he's just shooting 57% on this season, so a good job. Jeff Tarr into the game for the first time, 6'7" freshman from Forbush, North Carolina.
Here comes the pressure. Uh-oh.
And Lindsay comes up with the basketball.
I'm surprised they're not taking care of the basketball better. Wofford should not be able to capitalize on their press like they have been. All right, now somebody's got to get open so we don't get another 5 second call.
Wofford still just cannot buy it.
Nice block out.
Cordell Gibson, number 20. Williams for 3.
You knew that was going up, but give Gibson credit for a great block out, got the rebound, brought the ball up the court, and got a beautiful assist.
Boy, Williams has had some half with 3 threes.
Pressure is bothering both these teams. Good play.
Inside, and that's a much-needed bucket for Grant Sterling and the Wofford Terriers. Wofford, before that bucket, was 1 for 8.
Boy, they will shoot the threes. Look at this. Look at Gibson inside. Fight.
Oh, it's getting really physical down in the paint, and Marcus Byams fouled by Grant Sterling, and Byams will go to the line.
Well, you love players that go to the offensive ball. We call this having a nose for the ball. And, you know, with great outside shooting, sometimes big guys get frustrated, Mike, and they won't go get rebounds. And I love players who go, not complain about guard shooting the threes, and they just go get the rebounds. Now you got to make the free throws.
Yeah. That foul was on Jeff Tarr and not to Sterling. Tarr's first.
There you go. You earned it.
Byams hits 1 of 2, and he's got 3 here in the first half. Final 35 seconds. Eagles with 50 first half points. Highest first half total has been 53 against App State.
Thought we had a goaltender there. Great block.
That's Lindsay's 4th point.
Boy, Bennett gets up.
Wofford started 7 of 14 from the field, Bobby. They've been just 5 of 18 since then, and that accounts for our differential in the score now, 50 to 35 as we approach the end of the first half. Final seconds.
1-on-1 by Peterson.
The tip won't go. They said the ball was in the cylinder, I believe.
Good call. Good call.
So 0.4 of a second remain in the first half here. That'll end the first half here in Statesboro, Georgia, and the Southern Conference's league-leading offense has been everything as advertised. 50 points for Georgia Southern. They lead Wofford 50-35.
Ready to? Thanks, man.
Rated E. Buster Douglas Grill Daddy Demo, aisle 5.
See, what happens is the fat drips off the meat into the pan, so the meat is very lean, very lean.
But there's no place for the fat to go.
Say what?
Well, how could it stay lean if there's no place for the fat to go?
Calling me a liar?
No, it's just that your poker.
How do I get in there?
You can't get in here!
Oh, sure you can. Come here. Comedy, commentary, highlights. The best damn sports show, period.
You gotta pee sometime.
I'm Jim Rome. Next week on The Last Word, in honor of Martin Luther King Day on Monday, I will discuss racial equality in sports with a panel consisting of Rosie Greer, John Carlos, and Chuck D. The Last Word, weeknights at 11 on Fox Sports Net.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
I needed money to expand my business, but I dreaded going to a bank to ask for a loan. But I got lucky because I found a bank that came to me.
We do business right here at home.
A bank willing to look beyond their application form to see what was on my mind. They spent time with me, learned about my business, and gave me good ideas about doing business right here at home.
We do business right here at home.
For lunch, for dinner, inside or out on the patio, you'll love Canyon's new expanded menu features like melt-in-your-mouth grilled steaks and chicken, or our signature fresh fish entrees, savory pasta dishes, topped with Canyon's famous sweet potato fries or loaded potato, and Canyon's new homemade desserts. Canyon's Eatery, 464 East Main Street on Spartanburg's east side. Nobody does great food better.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back to Statesboro, Georgia. Boy, this is a beautiful place, beautiful campus, and what a gorgeous day, Bobby Crimmins, we've got today. It is nice and balmy outside and inside of the homestand, and Georgia Southern Eagles have been red hot in the first half. Julius Jenkins with 10. Terry Williams off the bench with 9. Frank Bennett, post player, had 9. Those guys were hot.
Mike, they're utilizing the threes. Georgia Southern, 4 out of 5 games here at home. They came out with tremendous intensity. They deserve this lead.
What about Wofford? Now, they start this game. We're dead even when it starts, but then they go cold, and against Georgia Southern, it was really tough when they just could not hit it.
Well, they got to get back into the game, and Mike Lindsay, he only has 2 points, but he's Mr. Cool. I think if Lindsay could get hot and they could hit a few threes, they possibly could get back in, but it doesn't look good.
This Georgia Southern defense, I'm so impressed with their quickness, their quick hands. It really is bothering Wofford on their offensive end.
Well, that's why they were picked #1 in the South Division. They have a lot of athletes. I can't say enough about the job that Coach Price has done here at Georgia Southern.
And you see, and I think we all see, if you watch that first half, why Georgia Southern was picked to win that South Division.
No question about it. They score so quickly. They have inside presence, and they have tremendous outside presence.
Well, they have been red hot in the first half. It remains to be seen if they can keep it going in the second. We'll be back with more from Statesboro, Georgia. We're at halftime of this Southern Conference battle. Georgia Southern leads Wofford.
Is Mountain Dew in serious jeopardy? This generally harmless male will defend his domain with basic animal instinct. A fierce battle rages. Yet in the end, to the victor go the spoils.
Hey man, how you feeling?
Not bad.
Until next time, do the do.
ACC basketball. A dangerous foe awaits a top 5 power. Clemson is riding high as one of the conference's biggest surprises. Juan Dixon has Maryland's unstoppable attack, driving towards another run to the Final Four. ACC Sunday Night Hoops tomorrow on Fox Sports Net.
Buster Douglas Grill Daddy Demo, aisle 5.
See, what happens is the fat drips off the meat into the pan, so the meat is very lean, very lean.
But there's no place for the fat to go.
Say what?
Well, how could it stay lean if there's no place for the fat to go?
You calling me a liar?
No, it's just that your poker...
How do I get in there?
You can't get in here!
Oh, no, sure you can. Come here.
Comedy, commentary, highlights, the best damn sports show, period.
You got a piece sometime.
Sweet, sweet baby, life is crazy, but there's one thing I am sure about, and I'm your lady, always, baby.
Discover a sensation as real as the streets. Mountain Dew Code Red.
Georgia Southern over Wofford, 50-35. We're at halftime. This basketball team picked to win it all this year in the Southern Conference, and a team that's picked to win it all every year, it seems like, in the Southern Conference is Georgia Southern football. And it's a pleasure to have the new coach, Mike Seawalk, who was the offensive coordinator. But how do you do in the new job? How's it going so far?
Well, the new job is extremely exciting. I've had this happy face on my I've had this smile on my face since the day they gave me the job. When I came here in 85 and 86 under Eric Russell, we had a couple of national championships. I came down here with Paul Johnson 5 years ago. We got 2 more. And I'll tell you what, it was a natural fit to come down in here and be a part of this program all those years. And then all of a sudden now to be given the head reins is something that's awful special.
Well, Paul Johnson, of course, on to Navy now to try to resurrect the program there. And your responsibility is to keep it going here. You were so close to getting another national championship this year in the semifinals, and you lose out. Furman goes on to play in the championship game, but I know you still have to consider it a successful season.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you win 12 games in a year, you got to feel like it's a real good feeling. But I'll tell you what, at Georgia Southern, when you win 12 games, it's only like the 4th best winning streak you could have. So there's a lot of high expectations down here, and I'm determined to do a job with them.
Well, the story right now in football, of course, is recruiting, and I know you guys and your staff are out busy doing that. How's that going?
It's going extremely well. We have a big-time recruiting weekend this thing with 14 of our major recruits in this weekend. We're very pleased to have a bunch of them from the state of Georgia, and we have a few from the outside of the state. So we feel like showing our show place down here with a game like this and our crowd and enthusiasm this community brings, yeah, nothing but enhance our program.
Well, we certainly saw great success in the Russell era and the Paul Johnson era, and now as we begin your era. What is it about this place and this community that is so conducive to producing such great football teams?
Georgia high school athletes are extremely well, and I think the people down here in Statesboro, as well as the athletes, the administration, and the athletic support staff all take ownership. And when everybody owns that little piece of that program, it's hard to give it up. So they clutch on and try to fight right to the very end.
All right, here's the pressure for you on regional TV on Fox Sports Net. I mean, is this a national championship team next season?
I've seen a bunch of national championships team at Georgia Southern. I look forward to a few in the future.
All right, and you keep smiling, too.
Thank you.
Mike Seawalk, who is the new football coach here at Georgia Southern. We appreciate him visiting with us at halftime. And we'll be back to talk about what we can expect in the second half in just a moment.
Rugged, tough, the Rhino is built to take grueling off-road abuse. And so can Rhino Lining's Tough Stuff truck bed liners. If you work your truck hard, then you need a Rhino Lining sprayed-on polyurethane lining to protect your truck bed. Rhino Linings is the world's leading sprayed-on liner company. Their Tough Stuff liner, sprayed on up to a 1/4 inch thick, is virtually indestructible polyurethane. And unlike plastic liners, which don't stop truck bed rust, a Rhino Lining protects your investment permanently. A Rhino Lining only takes a few hours to apply, and it's warranted by your dealer for as long as you own your truck. So if you want to protect your truck's value, get a Rhino Liner. Call or log on right now. We'll send you a free brochure, a sample of Tough Stuff, and give you the name of the Rhino Lining's dealer nearest you. Call now.
Walter King and Dave.
Your
comfort is important. So is how comfortable you feel with the company that supplies and installs your heating and air conditioning system. When you need service, you want experienced professionals nearby. If you're in Woodruff, Lineman, Inman, Spartanburg, or anywhere in between, Waldrop Heating and Air is only minutes away. It's nice to know you have someone close to home you can count on for comfort.
Waldrop Heating and Air, we're working for you.
Joe Gibson says, make your payment. $89 a month, $189 a month, $289 a month. During January only, you can choose your next car by picking your payment. All applications are accepted. 110% guaranteed approval. All new Daewoo's, Lagazza, Nubira, Lanos are backed with a 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Joe Gibson has the largest pre-owned inventory in Spartanburg. We're your home for SUVs, big trucks, and vans. All models, all vehicles are drastically reduced. Don't stop shopping until you shop the Late Store. Joe Gibson's Daewoo, West Main Street, Spartanburg. We're open when no one else is.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
Halftime, and it is a 15-point Georgia Southern lead. Bobby Crimmins, what is Wofford going to have to do here in the second half to get back in this game?
Well, Mike, if there's any way possible, they got to slow these Eagles down. They cannot allow them to score a net of 50 points. Somehow, some way, slow the tempo down and start hitting the threes.
Now, if you're the coach, you're Richard Johnson, what do you do to slow a tempo down when the team is so fast and streaking up and down the floor?
Either one of two ways. Either be more patient on offense or defensively probably play more of that matchup zone.
Now, I know the worst thing you want if you're a coach and you got a team that's red hot is to go sit in the locker room for 10 or 15 minutes. They've got to stay hot when they come back out.
Oh, Coach Price got to be really happy. The intensity of the beginning of the game was tremendous. I think he's telling those guys, hey guys, another second half like that and we'll be on our way.
Now, we saw some great guard play. You talked about it in the first half. And not just the guys we highlighted, but there were other guys who really stepped up. And when you have more than one, that really makes for some exciting play. Let's take a look now at some of our highlights from the first half. And we'll start with Wofford, who got a good outside bucket from the guy that transferred from Duke, Mr. Hasty. And there's Lindsey with the great assist to Stevens. Stevens was their leading scorer in the first half, and he's going to really have to continue his play.
Well, I love Stevens, and here you see Lindsey. That's Nixon, excuse me. But between Nixon, Stevens, and Lindsey, they can really shoot it. Now you see Georgia Southern here. And, Peterson, I mean, it's incredible, the guard play that they get out of their players.
That was Julius Jenkins, number 11, who was great. And then in transition, I thought they were excellent as well, Bobby.
Well, Gibson gave him a big lift. But, you just can't say enough about the play of Georgia Southern. Everything is going their way.
Look at the shooting percentage. I think that's the biggest stat. 55%, and three-point field goals, can you believe it? 8 of 13, and Wofford is only 1 for 8. That accounts for the difference in our score.
No question about it, Mike. The three-point shooting percentage has definitely been a difference.
All right, we're ready for the second half. Can Wofford make a comeback? We'll see in just a moment.
He got next.
Discover a sensation as real as the streets. Mountain Dew Code Red.
Wow, that was fast. Sweetie, your ride's here.
When the Edmonds upgraded to Bell South Fast Access DSL, they knew life would change.
Yeah, I'm on mine.
The lightning speed lets them take everything they do to the next level.
Bye, honey. Good luck at the science fair.
So Mom is finally creating a digital photo album.
I can't believe you let me go like that. My hair looks ridiculous. Hold on a second. How's it going, hon?
While Dad transforms the house, room by room.
Oh.
Now they all have a high-speed internet connection that helps them do better.
Can I get in here real quick?
Hold on a second.
No, talk.
It doesn't tie up their phone line, and it costs just $45 a month.
That's what I thought.
Genius.
They even got a free month for ordering.
How smart am I for getting DSL?
Oh yeah, Mike is also doing a little better in school.
Little help here, please?
Visit fastaccess.com and order Bell South Fast Access DSL for your family. Connect and create something. Bell South.
I'm Jim Rome. Next week on The Last Word, in honor of Martin Luther King Day on Monday, I will discuss racial equality in sports with a panel consisting of Rosie Greer, John Carlos, and Chuck D. The Last Word, weeknights at 11 on Fox Sports Net.
Clemson's young guns power an explosive attack, but Florida State is ready to throw down with their conference foe. Clemson, Florida State, Thursday at 8 on Fox Sports Net.
Well, it began as Georgia Southern College, and you can see the real beauty here. The entrance, the tree lines, drive into campus, and here inside, a Georgia Southern basketball team enjoying a 15-point lead at halftime as we're set to start the second half. Mike Hogwood and Bobby Crimmins, glad to have you alongside. Georgia Southern has either led or been tied at halftime of every Southern Conference game this year.
Enjoyed your halftime talk with the new football coach.
Hey.
I know about football here, but basketball is getting very exciting also.
I say, he really thinks he's going to contend for the national championship again next year, and why not? They seem to do it every year here at Georgia Southern.
It's amazing, and I was listening to him about the athletes in Georgia being one of the primary reasons they can contend every year. But it all started so many years ago, and they got great football tradition here.
This is Gibson starting the second half a little short. And look at Peterson, the point guard, down with that rebound.
These guards can really rebound.
Here's Jenkins. He was hot in the first half.
Yep. A little bit of overpassing there, but nothing wrong with that. That shows a lot of unselfishness.
Here's Keith, who got the start over Latham in this game. Latham late for practice this morning, and so Edward Keith, the senior from Albany, Georgia. Bobby, you know, I know it's a cliche to say the first couple of minutes of a half are important, but for Wofford, it really is to get back in this game. They've got to come out shooting at a decent percentage early in the half.
I agree, and somehow they got to slow this Georgia Southern team down. Now, Nixon takes a quick shot there, and I don't like quick shots when you're down 15.
Here's Bennett. Nice pass inside to Keith.
Wow. Great pass.
So Edward Keith opens the scoring here in the second half. Wofford will try to answer.
We talked about getting Lindsey. We know Stevens is in the offense. There we see him driving baseline.
What a drive by Stevens.
Beautiful. Reverse layup.
Justin Stevens now has 14 points. He had 12 in the first half. Peterson on the drive, and there's a foul.
Looks like we got offense. Once he's in the air, he got a little bit out of control. Got to pull up. So many players have to learn that. And Peterson, they see him going a little bit too far. All he had to do was just stop right there and shoot a pull-up jumper. Good defense.
Grant Sterling got good position for Wofford.
Yes. Wofford needs a basket.
Opening 2 minutes of the second half, and here's Sterling. Oh, he wanted Hasty to break to the basket. He just didn't step towards it.
It was a great idea, but Hasty's got to go for the pass. He should have learned that when he was a student at Duke.
If you're just joining us, Kenny Hasty was a Cameron crazy. He didn't even play at Duke, decided he wanted to play, came to Wofford, walked on, and here he is.
Starting at Wofford.
One of the best post players in the Southern Conference right now. Sterling will be called for the foul. He's number 40 for Wofford.
Here you see the inside game. Oh, that's called over the top. Definitely a foul.
Sterling's going to come out as Richard Johnson, I think, wants to try whatever he can do. He knows this is an important time, and his team has got to get some offense.
And if you're Georgia Southern, you're looking to put this game away early.
Peterson, who gave up some of his scoring in the first half, as others were hot.
Nice pass inside.
And good defense. Davis. Daniels down with the rebound. Sam Daniels, number 32 for Wofford, playing well inside. Here's Stevens. Boy, did you see Lindsey fly to get that rebound. Transition the other way. It's Gibson.
See, just that word you said is a bad word for Wofford. Transition. We don't want to see any transition if we're Wofford.
Adrian Porter's coming back.
See, Wofford wants, I told you, slow them down. That's not slowing the Eagles down. That's transition offense. There's no defense for that.
Lead is 17. Here's Lindsey. And running the other way is Jenkins.
Reach in. Lindsey trying to draw the foul, could not. And again, we see another transition opportunity for Georgia Southern.
Adrian Borders commits the foul, the freshman from Lilburn, Georgia.
Coach Price, 28-3 1 year at Lynn University in Boca Raton, Florida.
Here's Gibson. Frank Bennett, number 32, had a whale of a first half for Georgia Southern.
Yes.
This is Bennett over Hasty. And Hasty's called for the foul. It'll be his second. There's a good look at Kenny Hasty.
One thing when I do games, I look for the style of basketball played, Mike, and I like the style here. This is a big man going to the basket. He's outside because they play a 4-out, 1-in offense. A lot of people doing that today. If you're going to do that, your big men have to be able to handle the basketball and put the ball on the floor. And I think a lot of that 4-out, 1-in, Mike, is because of that 3-point line.
Frank Bennett now with 11 points, and maybe even more impressive, he's 5 for 6 from the free throw line, coming in today just a 54% free throw shooter.
If Wofford's going to get back in, they're going to have to do it here pretty soon before they let this one get away from them.
Largest lead of the game for Georgia Southern now at 19. This is Borders. After the first 10 minutes of the game, there has been a lid on that basket. Nixon gets it to go.
Nice move. That's what you want. You want Nixon, and then you want Lindsey, and then you got it going.
Peterson to Jenkins. Boy, he had it going first half. Inside, it's Keith. Threw it out off of Hasty, so it will still belong to Georgia Southern.
All out of bounds play. Look for Jenkins. Look for the shooters. There he is.
And there's a foul called off the ball. It's going to be on Hasty. And for Hasty, that will now be his third personal foul. Wofford in a hole. Can they dig out?
Sure, the holidays are over, but it's not too late to open one of these. The compact Presario 1700T notebook. It's got hot swappable drives and the incredibly fast mobile Intel Pentium 3 Processor M for just $13.49. Plus, we'll give you a carrying case and an extra battery free. So give yourself one last holiday present to open before this deal closes. Call 1-888-271-1826 to get yours now.
Rated E.
We're under caution after just 5 laps.
Hey, Georgie's making an early pit stop. He may have hurt the toe out.
This caution's a good time to come in.
Hey, a 15.5-second pit stop, that ain't too bad. And he's down and away.
Here comes Georgie running flat out down the front stretch.
Man, I can't stand the Knicks, yo. Knickerbocker, please. I would have no problem getting up for the big games in the Big Apple. Hells no. They say it's hard to play in New York. Well, with the media scrutiny and whatnot.
I feel you, dog.
Step off. To the curb, baby. As I unleash the fury with some fly Sharif Abdul-Rahim razzle my damn. Yo, Spree, you want some popcorn? Cause this gonna be the best damn movie you ever seen.
Extra large tub of salted artificial butter.
Word to your mother.
You're watching Southern Conference basketball here on Fox Sports Net. Hanner Fieldhouse in Statesboro, Georgia today. Mike Hogwood here along with Bobby Crimmins. Coming up a little bit later today, right after our game, it's NBDL action. NBA Developmental League, Mobile and Huntsville. That's at 3. And then Ole Miss and Arkansas. Dave Neal and Barry Booker will have that game for you. And then New Orleans and Arkansas State from the Sun Belt Conference coming up tonight at 8. A quadruple header today of college hoops as well as the NBDL. Georgia Southern, as you said, Bobby, trying to put a knockout punch on right now for Wofford.
Absolutely. Peterson and Jenkins, great guard combination.
On the blocks, it's Byams. Nice move, Peterson. The kick out to Gibson.
See, that's what we talked about, the 4 out, 1 in. Gibson normally would be an inside player. Beautiful play. You know who does that? Duke does that. You heard a guy named Mike Dunleavy.
Exactly.
And well, that's a kind of, the Gibson shot was just like Dunleavy's shot. Good offense by Georgia Southern. I like that a lot.
And it takes a great point guard like a Sean Peterson to be able to penetrate and make that play. Oh, nice pass to Nixon. He's fouled by Gibson.
Almost intentional there. He had the layup, got away with a good foul.
Only the first foul on Cordell Gibson. And Lee Nixon, a 71% free throw shooter, will go to the line. Right now, Wofford needs points any way they can get them.
Exactly. You know, if you ask me what the key to today's game has been so far, I would have to say intensity. I just really, really like the intensity of Georgia Southern playing here at home. And Wofford, they want to get back in this game. They're going to have to roll up the sleeves and say, all right, they're going to have to make something happen.
Wofford not shooting the ball well at all. 11% from 3. That's 1 for 9. Both teams doing great to the foul line,
which is unusual for both teams.
These are the 2 worst shooting free throw teams in the league. There's Jenkins. Julius Jenkins' first bucket of the second half.
Beautiful play.
And it's the largest lead of the game now, Bobby. It's up to 20.
Designed particularly for Jenkins to hit that 3.
Nixon. Wofford now 1 for 10 from behind the arc. Borders can't get it to go. Bennett with the rebound, and he's fouled by Sam Daniels.
When the scoring's not there, it's very difficult to get back in the game. Georgia Southern could put this game away here in the next few minutes.
And at the 14-18 mark, Sam Daniels picks up his 4th foul. Here's Peterson. Nice pass inside to Byams.
Beautiful pass.
Masic down with it for Wofford ahead to Nixon. And look at the defense by Marcus Byams. Georgia Southern's defense has created some great offense.
Yes.
Here's Borders inside.
Good point, and you're absolutely right. Their defense has created that transition offense that they like so much.
Boy, huge upset today, Bobby, in the Southern Conference. Georgia is that a final? That's a final. Georgia over number 2 Florida, 84-79.
Oh, great win for Georgia. They just, after beating Kentucky and then Tennessee, they lost at home to
Southern Conference, the Southeastern Conference.
Alabama.
We're at the Southern Conference here. It's the Southeastern Conference.
But you're right. They just lost Alabama at home, and to come back there. And I told you about a guy a few weeks ago, right from here in the Southern Conference out of Western Carolina, Jarvis Hayes. He's a big-time player for the Georgia Bulldogs. They had an incident where a couple of their players got in trouble. The outcome of that has not yet been decided. But Georgia, Jim Herrick, definitely should be considered right now considered for National Coach of the Year.
Well, the SEC, a lot like the ACC and the other great leagues, and it is tough.
And Billy Donovan, he's got a squad there at Florida.
Here's Byams, who just missed those free throws, but gets the deuce in the paint.
Georgia Southern has come to play basketball. Bynum's is really helping them.
And the lead is back up to 20.
You think Lathan will be late for a shooting practice next game? I doubt it. He wants to get back on that court. He wants his playing time.
He'll be back in just a moment. He's sitting at the scorer's table, but this will be his first play of the second half as Jeff Price sending him a message today.
There's a basket to get him back in there.
Only the second three of the game for Wofford.
It was a big one.
They need a lot more of those to get back in this basketball game.
Well, it's far from over, Mike. But again, we talked about the tempo, and everything is just favoring Georgia Southern. And now they're going to milk the clock a little bit.
Terry Williams misses the three. Here come the Terriers. Nixon. Off the dribble, can't go. Mosic, great tip.
Another great tip, kept it alive. Looking inside, nice pass.
Borders, nice pass to Mosic. The junior from Bosnia.
Okay, 2 in a row. Let's see if we can get him going here.
Wofford on a 5-0 run after being down 20.
Nice pass.
This is Peterson.
Another one.
Feeds to Bennett. And Bennett called for the offensive foul. And again, it's great defense on the part of Grant Sterling, number 40 for Wofford. Wofford's defense doing its job. The Terriers on a bit of a run right now.
His Mountain Dew in serious jeopardy. This generally harmless male will defend his domain with basic animal instinct. A fierce battle rages. Yet in the end, to the victor go the spoils.
Hey man, how you feeling?
Not bad.
Until next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mayor of Truckville.
Folks, as the mayor of Truckville here in Union, I guarantee you the lowest prices on a Dodge Ram pickup truck or a Dodge Dakota pickup truck. And with interest rates as low as they are, make no mistake, you're going to have the lowest payment imaginable on a brand new pickup truck. And with this warranty we got going right now, 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, it's going to last you a long, long time. Call 1-800-382-0321. That's the right number, folks. Wrong commercial, carrot stick. Union Chrysler Dodge Jeep, mayor of Truckville.
For lunch, for dinner, inside or out on the patio, you'll love Canyon's new expanded menu features like melt-in-your-mouth grilled steaks and chicken, or our signature fresh fish entrees, savory pasta dishes, topped with Canyon's famous sweet potato fries or loaded potato, and Canyon's new homemade desserts. Canyon's Eatery, 464 East Main Street on Spartanburg's east side. Nobody does great food better.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
Sean's a special player because he can do so many things. You know, he's not limited and really doesn't have any weaknesses. He can break you down off the dribble. He's an outstanding defender. He's one of the leading assist man in the nation, and on top of that, he's our leading scorer and just brings so much to the table in so many different aspects. You know, we asked Sean to score points, to defend the best player, and do a lot of things, and he's answered that this year.
We're going to see one of the toughest calls, the block charge. And see, once the defense is set, then the offensive man, he must pull up, and therefore you get the charge on the offense.
Sean Peterson with that great pass. And now there's a scramble for the ball. Georgia Southern's got it. Jenkins.
Big steal because Wofford was slightly threatening to get back in it.
Wofford was on a run before that. Sterling comes up with a tough pass. Nixon.
See, that's what you got to do. You got to break the pressure, and then you got to make him pay. Look at this pass. Was that Jenkins above the rim?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Well, Wofford's starting to warm up a little bit from behind the arc. And I mean, they had been chilly cold. Now 3 of 12. Here's Nixon on the drive. He's fouled.
Strong going to the hole.
Well, Some other scores today around the Southern Conference. The Citadel is off to a really good start. They're another team you got to watch out for. And how about that at half? College of Charleston losing to VMI. And there's the upset we told you about. Number 20, Georgia, over number 2, Florida in the Southeastern Conference game, 84-79.
So we talked about the Citadel. You know, after Davidson upsets North Carolina, Citadel beats them by 19. And we mentioned in this conference, Mike, there's 7 or 8 teams that can win that big ticket to the big dance. Georgia Southern, Citadel, Chattanooga, possibly Wofford can all win that ticket in that big Southern Conference tournament.
Here's Williams for 3. Boy, that is tough to defend. Terry Williams, his 4th 3.
Wide open basketball. Here's the press. Nice pass.
Nixon open for 3. Latham, I believe, was on the inline when that basketball. There's Latham, who's just come back into the game. Kasheen Latham, the senior from Hinesville, Georgia. Great rebounder, over 9 per game.
And Mike, getting back to the Southern Conference tournament, you know, ever since they went to 2 divisions, they see, tough day. Nice rebound.
Well, Lindsay follows his shot, just got 6 points.
Can you believe a guard can rebound like that? I think he's one of the best in the country at rebounding. But whoever wins their division gets that automatic bye, which means you only have to win 3 games to get a ticket to the big dance.
Latham is called for steps. Yeah, and if you are in the Southern Conference, it's pretty much a known factor that you have to win the tournament to get to the dance.
Yes, they've never had that large bid. And nobody has ever won 4 games to get the ticket. So Georgia Southern, they would like to get that first place bye. We did that in the ACC, and playing 4 games, Mike, it's really tough to win the championship. NC State and Hertz Index, first year, almost did it.
Sterling is fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. Last year in the Southern Conference tournament, UNC Greensboro won in an absolute thriller.
They're another team, and of course, we talk so much about College of Charleston. Time is becoming a factor for Wofford. We talked about their poor free throw shooting, and they need everything to go right the last 10 minutes here.
Bennett comes out, he's got 3 fouls. Bennett, 11 points and 7 rebounds. Quite a game.
I think Coach Price is going to keep the up-tempo. He's going to keep pressing, net a missed free throw.
Georgia Southern with 10 threes today. That ties a season high. At 10 against Mercer and 10 against App State. In that game against Appalachian State, they scored 101 points.
They were on their way at halftime today.
Here's Latham. And guess who got the rebound? There's Lindsay with the board. All the way. The follow is good by Grant Sterling.
Great follow by Sterling. Lindsay avoided the charge, missed the layup, but great presence there. Now here's that match zone, and we talked about if anything could get him back in the game, possibly this could, if Georgia Southern could go ice cold.
Here's Keith in the lane, and he travels.
There's 1 turnover off the match.
Edward Keith didn't like that call at all, but it is all Georgia Southern right now at home. 68-56, the lead over Wofford.
We got next.
Discover a sensation as real as the streets. Mountain Dew Code Red.
Buster Douglas Grill Daddy Demo, aisle 5.
See, what happens is the fat drips off the meat into the pan, so the meat is very lean, very lean.
But there's no place for the fat to go.
Say what?
Well, how could it stay lean if there's no place for the fat to go?
calling me a liar?
No, it's just that your poker.
How do I get in there?
You can't get in here.
Oh, no, sure you can. Come here.
Comedy, commentary, highlights, the best damn sports show, period.
You got a piece sometime.
This is a perfect place to pursue our dreams. We're all about work.
You want to try to keep the guy in front of us and move your feet.
I'm out here, I feel at home. It's all about the passion.
To purchase NPDL tickets, call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS or visit npdl.com.
Mike, I mentioned the match defense, and here you see match is a combination of man and zone, and it's designed to confuse the offense, and Wofford gets a very good turnover.
All right, we're back live now. 9:06 to play, and Wofford down 12. Really needs to get this into a single-digit game soon to make it a game.
Well, they're not out of it, and after last week, after doing Furman Davidson, when I said the game was over, and Davidson proceeded to miss 4 straight free throws, and Furman had an opportunity to win at the end. I'm never going to say it's over until I'm sure it's over.
Sterling tries to feed it down low, and it's picked off by Georgia Southern. Here come the Eagles.
Big turnover. That's what you don't want if you're Wofford. They needed a score there.
Here's Latham. Turn around. Won't go, and it'll belong to Wofford.
Match defense works again.
Now, this is a defense that's tough to teach, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's really, I visited with Coach Johnson, and he feels that defense has really been a key to why they are 3-2 in the Southern Conference. And don't forget, they beat College of the Charleston.
Here's Lindsey. Lindsey's got 8 points.
That's the guy that can single-handedly get him back in here.
And it's a 10-point game.
And if you beat College of Charleston, you know you're a good basketball team.
Inside to Keith. Oh, a nice strong move by Edward Keith, the senior from Albany, Georgia.
Got the roll.
Justin Stevens. He's been quiet here in the second half. Sterling.
Good shot. Wide open 3.
There's Keith. Keith getting the start today for Latham, and he has answered the call. Deep 3 won't go. And look at Keith muscle it up inside. Mossick fouled him, and Keith will go to the line for 2. Edward Keith really playing strong.
I tell you, you see the long jumper by Jenkins, and this is great offensive rebound. I thought he could have got a charge there, but he slipped right between 2 defenders and drew the charge, and drew the foul. I tell you, Jenkins, I know he has great range, but him and Peterson, they shock me sometimes. They will shoot the ball from anywhere on the court.
Here's another opportunity for Wofford.
Well, they could get it down to 10-9 here. Big offensive possession. Here's their man.
Lindsey has played every minute in this game. Nixon.
Can't get it go down.
But Nixon has just been cold today. How do you like that on the other end? And the pass gets away from Lindsey.
Up-tempo basketball, and that's going to favor Georgia Southern. What a play.
Well, the big offensive transition bucket has given Georgia Southern 72-58 lead.
ACC basketball. A dangerous foe awaits a top 5 power. Clemson is riding high as one of the conference's biggest surprises. Juan Dixon has Maryland's unstoppable attack, driving towards another run to the Final Four. ACC Sunday Night Hoops tomorrow on Fox Sports Net.
Buster Douglas Grill Daddy demo, aisle 5.
See, what happens is the fat drips off the meat into the pan, so the meat is very lean, very lean.
But there's no place for the fat to go.
Say what?
Well, how could it stay lean if there's no place for the fat to go?
calling me a liar?
No, it's just that your poker.
How do I get in there?
You can't get in here!
No, sure you can. Come here.
Comedy, commentary, highlights. The best damn sports show, period.
You got a piece sometime.
The National Sports Report on Fox Sports Net.
Jamal Anderson admits that right now he's down, but there's no way anyone should count him out.
The nightly show that brings you up-to-the-minute scores, highlights, and thought-provoking opinions.
We would be better off with a circus clown running the series.
Sports news the way you want it.
Barry Bonds' pursuit of the game's most glamorous record heats up.
The National Sports Report, tonight at 10:30 on Fox Sports Net.
Coming up right after the conclusion of our game here in Statesboro, Georgia, we're going to send you to Huntsville, Alabama for Fayetteville and Huntsville, an NBDL contest. Carter Blackburn and Ed Tapscott standing by for that one. And again, that's right after our game here, Wofford and Georgia Southern.
I've not watched a lot of that development league, Mike. It's going to be really interesting to see how it works out for the NBA and for college.
Good idea, though. You know?
It is a good idea. There's definitely, look, baseball has so many divisions, and there's definitely plenty of room for basketball to have
Here's
a league.
Keith off the glass.
Great move.
Edward Keith. And that play went right into the Wofford radio announcers. There they are. Hopefully they're still on the air. Edward Keith now just 3 points away from his career high. Nixon. Sterling. Stevens.
Yes.
Justin Stevens. First three of the game. And a bad pass. And I believe it will go to Wofford.
Big defensive stop. You hit a three, you get a defensive stop. It's far from over.
13-point Georgia Southern lead. Wofford had it down to 10 just a minute ago.
Clock becoming a factor, but still plenty of time. I'm looking for Lindsey. That's the guy I want to see with the ball.
He's had it a lot. He's got it now. Here's Stevens. Just hit a three last possession.
He won't force it, and I like that. Sometimes you got to make it happen, though. Nice pass.
Sterling inside.
Yes. Good basketball.
Grant Sterling able to finish after the good pass.
Go.
Here comes Wofford again.
Got the numbers. Great defensive play.
Jenkins the other way for Georgia Southern. Jenkins, boy, is he quick.
He came out of nowhere in that steal, and what a steal it was.
Keith can't get it to go, and Wofford has another chance to cut it now into single digits.
I think Georgia Southern needs a timeout. They don't want to just let Wofford come back this easily. Nice.
After hasty, nice feed to Sterling.
Timeout. I like a timeout right here.
It's a 9-point game now.
They're going to keep playing.
Sterling with 9 points in the half, 13 in the game. Latham stepped on the line. It's another turnover. Wofford will have a chance to cut this lead even more now.
How about this?
A bucket here, and Wofford is really back in it.
They are really back in it. You're absolutely right. I was so impressed by the defensive play from Jenkins.
You got to look at Sam Daniels, who just came back into the game. He's got 4 fouls.
You can be assured, Wofford scores here, there'll be a timeout by Georgia Southern. But they have gotten back into this game. Big play here. Big offensive possession.
Lindsey hasn't had his best offensive game. Only 4 for 12 shooting. That's a travel by the freshman Daniels, who just came back in the game.
He had the shot. Lindsey made a beautiful pass.
And that's a look at Mike Young, who will be the coach And he's scratching his head going, wait a minute now. Mike Young, who was named, I'm not sure by who, but was named the best dressed assistant coach in Division I. Our guys in the truck named him that.
Okay.
Well, have you seen the dress of the guys in the truck? You know, that's not hard to do. Okay.
Well, he's very deserving of being the head coach, and what a nice gesture by Richard Johnson to relinquish the head job and turn over to his assistant.
The guys in the truck know I'm kidding, too. Okay. Here's Jenkins for three.
Wofford could win this game.
Georgia Southern has gone cold. Wofford trying to make it a game. They need to score. Hasty. Not a good pass at all by the senior.
Oh, 2 turnovers.
Wofford trying to get back in it. 3:59 to play. They've cut the lead down to 9.
Sure, the holidays are over, but it's not too late to open one of these. The compact Presario 1700T notebook. It's got hot swappable drives and the incredibly fast mobile Intel Pentium 3 Processor M for just $13.49. Plus, we'll give you a carrying case and an extra battery free. So give yourself one last holiday present to open before this deal closes. Call 1-888-271-1826 to get yours now.
Fast. Sweetie, your ride's here.
When the Edmonds upgraded to Bell South Fast Access DSL, they knew life would change.
Yeah, I'm online.
The lightning speed lets them take everything they do to the next level.
Bye, honey. Good luck at the science fair.
So Mom is finally creating a digital photo album.
I can't believe you let me go like that. My hair looks ridiculous. Hold on a second. How's it going, hon?
While Dad transforms the house, room by room.
Oh.
Now they all have a high-speed internet connection that helps them do better.
Can I get in here real quick?
Hold on a second.
No, talk.
It doesn't tie up their phone line, and it costs just $45 a month.
That's what I thought.
Genius.
They even got a free month for ordering.
How smart am I for getting DSL?
Oh yeah, Mike is also doing a little better in school.
A little help here, please?
Visit fastaccess.com and order Bell South Fast Access DSL for your family. Connect and create something. Bell South.
This is a great recovery. I thought the turnover. Lindsay finds the open man, and what a great pass here. Beautiful basketball.
Hasty to Sterling. Now, as we take a look at the standings, you'll see that Davidson and UNC Greensboro picked to be at the top of the North. They are there. But we're talking about the South here today. Wofford and Georgia Southern. Wofford with 2 losses, Georgia Southern with 3.
Well, you can see why this is such an important game. And 4 out of 5 here at home for Georgia Southern. They win here today, they could turn their whole season around.
And the Citadel has established themselves as a team to beat. Now Georgia Southern 0 for their last 5. Wofford on a 7-0 run in the last 2 minutes.
And Wofford, though, 2 turnovers, 2 crucial turnovers after great defensive stops.
This is Peterson, and another turnover.
Got him open.
Here's Stevens. Stevens is fouled with Jenkins. I'm still amazed at the speed and quickness of Jenkins to recover on that.
Great quickness, but again, a sloppy offensive possession by Georgia Southern here. I did not like that pass. It gave the numbers to Wofford. Great lead pass here, going to the hole. Good opportunity here for Wofford.
Justin Stevens, a 74% free throw shooter.
Got it.
Got the roll off the front iron. You see Jenkins now with 3 personal fouls.
Big free throw. I think Wofford probably stay in their match zone. Got it. Yep, they're going back into their match zone. Their match zone has got them back in this game. Georgia Southern needs somebody to step up and make a big jump shot here.
Georgia Southern had a 20-point lead in this half. It's down now to 7.
It's definitely a zone, the match. Combination of man-to-man and zone.
And a nice pass inside to Bennett.
Beautiful play. That time the defense broke down.
Lindsay for 3. Might have forced that shot a little bit.
You want to pull it out here, Mike.
Out off Georgia Southern, it'll belong to Wofford.
See, Gibson, you know, I like his intensity, but with 3 minutes left in the game and you're up 9, you want to, you know, get a good offensive possession. Keeps Wofford's opportunities alive.
Here's Stevens. Nixon has had a good second half.
Big
Sterling
three.
can't get it to go, and there is Byams down with it for the Eagles.
Sterling had to look if they ever needed a three. Now you see Coach Price said, all right, guys, pull it out. And what you're going to do here, and you could do this against the zone. There's another quick shot. I don't like it.
And it'll belong to Wofford, so with 2:12 left, Wofford needs to get a couple of threes to go.
I'd like to see Georgia Southern milk the clock a little bit more and get a better shot, but more important, work with the clock.
Nixon had it blocked, and there's the defense inside. The interior defense of Georgia Southern has been phenomenal today. And now Jeff Price wants to set the strategy for the final 1 minute and 50 seconds. All right, what's he telling this team right now? You're up 76-67. You got 1 minute 50 to play. You've got the ball.
Oh, he's playing the clock right now. He's saying, guys, okay, we're gonna milk the clock. If we have a layup or a wide open shot, we'll take it. If not, we're gonna just milk the clock. Minute 50 left. Let's keep this lead.
Coming up tonight at 10, it's the Southern Sports Report. You'll hear from Georgia Tech football coach Chan Gailey in his one-on-one interview with Terry Chick. Join Terry Chick and Sandra Golden tonight at 10 Eastern for the Southern Sports Report. All right here on Fox Sports Net.
Here comes a nice trap by Wofford. They knew Georgia Southern was going to hold the ball.
Jenkins, good pass inside to Gibson. He's fouled, and now it becomes a free throw shooting contest.
Well, that was good basketball by both teams. Obviously, Coach Price said, guys, we're going to hold the ball. Coach Johnson said, we're not going to let them hold the ball. We're going to trap. And as I told you, anything, a layup, go ahead and take it.
Bobby, Wofford leads the Southern Conference in the least number of turnovers per game. They average 12.6. Today, they've had 19.
That's very unusual, and I talked about that. That surprises me playing here at home, but they were sloppy against Wofford's pressure. Big free throw by Gibson. Okay, Wofford still has a chance.
Big possession here. It's a 10-point game. Approaching a minute and a half to go.
Lindsey's going to make something happen here. They're looking for the screens. There he is. Nice move. No finish.
And here comes Georgia Southern. Wofford tried to foul, but Peterson was just too quick there for a moment.
But you want to just pull it out. Now you're going to march to the free throw line.
And that'll be the 5th foul, I believe, on Kenny Hasty. So Hasty fouls out with 4 points and 7 rebounds today.
We're still in the 1-and-1. So a miss here could give Wofford one last chance. You know, Mike, I really thought Georgia Southern would come out here in the second half and put this game away. They did not do that. Obviously, a win's a win regardless, but I was so impressed the way they opened up this game. The first 12 minutes of this game, they really took control of it early on.
And Peterson, he's got 9 points, trying to get in double figures now. You see some of the things that have bothered Georgia Southern this year has been poor free throw shooting.
No box out. They get the missed free throw, but Wofford gets Georgia Southern gets the rebound, Now they're going to get the double bonus.
It'll be Lee Nixon going to the line, the junior from Hanahan, South Carolina.
No more one-on-one here, so it's a little different. What an opportunity missing that free throw, but you got to get the rebound. Here's another miss, but again, double bonus. Georgia Southern needs to stop messing around and just put this one away.
Jenkins now with 15 points in the game. A fine effort for him.
Might as well shoot some threes. It's the only thing that's going to get you back in this game right now.
Well, the three-point shot has just not gone, and there's been too many turnovers today for Wofford. Jenkins on the other end with authority in the slam.
Oh, man. I'm amazed how these little guys can just jump out of the gym.
Lindsay for three.
There's what we've been looking for.
Out, but it's might be a little late here at 50 seconds left to play. And that only the fifth three of the game. Wofford 5 for 17 from behind the arc at 29% today.
I feel bad for Lindsay. That's what I wanted to see early in the game.
Coming up right after our broadcast, it's Fayetteville and Huntsville NBDL action. Coming up this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Hope you'll stay tuned for that. Carter Blackford and Ed Tapscott are ready to go at it in Huntsville, the NBDL. And if you haven't seen the NBDL yet, some exciting basketball as these young guys trying to make a name for themselves and earn a shot to play in the NBA. Look there at Lindsay, who has not had the game he wanted to today. 11 points, but only 5 for 14 shooting. Stevens whistled for the foul. It'll be the second personal on Justin Stevens.
There's to see a penetration, and now watch it finish here. This is some athletic play. Boom. How about that?
Julius Jenkins, the junior from Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Wish I could do that.
I won't even comment on that.
I played in South Carolina. I just would lay that up. But I tell you, I'm just amazed at the athletic ability of these players out here. These guys can play.
Georgia Southern's had 6 players scoring double figures today, and if you're a coach, you really like that kind of balanced scoring.
They deserve to win this basketball game. I thought they got sloppy at the end. There you see a nice little bounce.
Yeah, how about the roll there for Justin Stevens of Wofford? Well, Wofford, Stevens now has 19 points, but Jenkins has had 17 today. Terry Williams came off the bench, scored 12. Sean Peterson, the team's leading scorer, has 11, but he's had 7 assists today. And Gibson also has played well with 12, and then Frank Bennett, I was really impressed with his post play, 13 points, and really balanced attack.
I like the way Gibson played today. I thought he made some big plays. As you alluded to, Bennett, big. And with Latham out of the game, this was a heck of a win for Georgia Southern. I would have liked to have seen Lindsay get some shots to go down early. He made one late for Wofford. And had he done that, I think about, 6-minute mark, Wofford really had an opening there where they could have possibly even won this game.
Well, it's a big day of basketball. And upcoming games for Wofford, let's check those. They're at East Tennessee State. Then they're home against UNC Greensboro, at Davidson. The Greensboro and Davidson games are going to be really tough. And then VMI and Chattanooga. And, we talked about 4 or 5 at home. We have the game today. Then Western Carolina, Chattanooga, and Savannah State are all home. And on the road at College of Charleston.
Well, great opportunity to turn your season around. And they're off to a great start. I can't say enough about both these coaches. Richard Johnson, the 17 years at one school. I was 19 at Georgia Tech. and he has done a marvelous job. And Jeff Price, he's up and coming. He's got one heck of a program. I look for them to be a contender in that tournament.
Nixon out to Peterson.
Jenkins, Peterson.
And that will about do it. Daniels can't catch up to it, and Georgia Southern, a win today would put them at 9-7, will even their Southern Conference record at 3-3.
I'd like to see Jenkins and Peterson in a dunking contest for 6 feet and under. I bet you both of them would be in the finals. Great win for Georgia Southern. They keep this going, Mike. They're going to be a contender.
Home against a tough Western Carolina team on Monday. They lost to the Citadel this past Monday night, but it bounced back in strong fashion today with a 13-point win. Georgia Southern, and a good job for Jeff Price. The team picked to win it all in the South has looked strong today, and they have claimed a win over Wofford.
Man, I can't stand the Knicks, yo. Knickerbocker, please. I would have no problem getting up for the big games in the Big Apple. Hells no. They say it's hard to play in New York. Well, with the media scrutiny and whatnot.
I feel you, dog.
Step off.
To the curb, baby.
As I unleash the fury with some fly Sharif Abdul-Rahim razzle my damn. Yo, Spree, you want some popcorn? Cause this gonna be the best damn movie you ever seen.
Extra large tub of salted, artificial butter.
Word to your mother.
The last word with Jim Lowe. Oh, no. Here we go again. Electrifying, gravity-defying, mesmerizing. Oh, wait, there's more. Things are heating up. A lot of smack, a lot of controversy. Welcome to the jungle. I am all over this. I am all over that.
The last word, reinventing sports talk as you know it. Weeknights on Fox Sports Net. NFL this morning.
We talk football, hardcore football. The pregame show that's really not a pregame show.
You come out and you hit him right in the mouth.
When that guy gets rolling, nothing stops him. He doesn't stop himself.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Guy was a psychopath.
It's fun, exciting. The show your mom doesn't want you to see. NFL This Morning, tomorrow on Fox Sports Net.
I'm funny.
Georgia Southern with a big win today over Wofford in Southern Conference basketball. It's a home win. They get 6 players in double figures. And I think for the most part, this is what Jeff Price was looking for.
Absolutely. He wanted an up-tempo game. He wanted that transition offense, and he got it.
All right, it was an exciting win today for Georgia Southern, and it was the start of a homestand, and I think that was awfully important.
Well, at Southern Conference Championship time, Georgia Southern has a great opportunity to get that ticket to the big dance.
Well, we thank you for being with us today. For Bobby Crimmins, I'm Mike Hogwood. It's NBDL coming up next. A lot of hoops today right here on Fox Sports Net. So long, everybody.